unveiled our, okay, I'll start over. Sorry about that. We unveiled this at the corpus meeting of ARCIT, the last meeting, and we're looking forward to doing a speaking engagement at the upcoming annual meeting. Hope everybody can join. It's in Granbury. But this is an exciting thing that we put together with ARCIT. It's a $50,000 matching grant and really intended for rural communities in Texas to help them really put a boost into their business attraction program. ARCIT is all about leveling the playing field and being a voice for Texas. So any part that we can assist, we're always excited. I'm excited to have Mike running on us on here today. He is helping us lead the charge with the Choose Texas program. And as you'll learn, it's a lot more than just business attraction. There's many ways that we can help through the ARCIT grant. So with that said, let's talk about who's in the meeting. Cress, if you could, throw up the poll. I'd love to know. We should have some active ARCIT members here. We're always excited to have them. Potential ARCIT members, we've been talking with a lot of people about what ARCIT means and why they should join and how it can benefit them. And then observers, really just some Texas communities that want to kind of see what's going on, what we're doing, what ARCIT's doing, and participating. So got a great showing of a good mix. So really excited for everybody. Some housekeeping items as we go through. Let's make sure everybody should be muted. We don't need to hear anybody eating crackers or Fritos during the Zoom call. If you have a question that really needs more addressed, Kim Little, I might be asking you to raise your hand in a little bit later on in the presentation, but that'll put you to the top of the queue and allow me to open your mic and really get clarification on your question. If you have a simple question throughout this is intended for you. So click on the little Q&A button at the bottom of your Zoom panel, and you'll put your questions in the Q&A. They're up on my screen, and they'll filter through, and we'll get to those as soon as it's appropriate. And as a reminder, we're recording this. So if you have someone in your department that needs to watch it later, or you want to rewatch it and better understand it, we'll be sending you a recording. So the matching grant opportunity, it is a $50,000 matching grant, and it does have a deadline coming right around the corner, but it is intended to be perpetual. So until the $50,000 is administered, we have had some takers on it and some really exciting things happen with the grant so far. We'll share some of those later, but we did put together and unveiled this video at the conference. I'm going to have to, hold on, I'm going to reshare my screen because I did not share this sound. All right, I'm going to start it. Let me know if you can hear the sound. And thank you for taking the next 3 minutes to walk. Mike, could you hear that?
I can't really hear much on my end.
Did you guys hear that start? All right, that was oh, I can hear her. No. All right, let me try to reshare this. Hold on 1 second. Sorry about this, guys. A little technical difficulty. I'm going to stop sharing. Then I'm going to come back and share.
Eric, someone said that they could hear it lowly, but that the volume needed to be turned up. So make sure the volume is up as well.
Got it. There's the share sound. Zoom's kind of changed their interface on me as of yesterday because we just had a Zoom meeting yesterday. All right, this should be able to hear it now.
Hello, and thank you for taking the next 3 minutes to watch this video. I'm Abby, a fully generated avatar presenter for ChooseTexas.com, based in Dallas, Texas. You may have received a phone call or email from my colleagues, Mike Running, Amanda Tompkins, or Carol Harris. I was asked to send you this video that details a game-changing opportunity for members of ARCIT. Through the collaboration of Kim Little and the ChooseTexas.com leadership, we have created a $50,000 ARCIT matching grant fund, allowing rural Texas communities to receive funds to participate in the ChooseTexas.com Business Attraction Program. With over 1,200 vibrant communities in Texas, standing out is crucial. Texas has never been positioned better than now to capture the lion's share of projects considering locations around the country. Helping smaller rural communities succeed is critical for the state's overall success. Allow me to introduce the Texas Elite Cities Program, a unique initiative designed to elevate your business attraction efforts to boost the overall economic vitality of your community. The Texas Elite Cities Program allows you to collaboratively join forces with other Texas communities and maximize your limited marketing dollars. Here are just a few benefits offered to communities that participate in the Texas Elite Cities Program. Your Choose Texas rep can provide you with more details about the program and how it can put a boost in your business attraction efforts. Now, you might think a program that is this comprehensive would be expensive. But by submitting an ARCIT Growth Matching Grant application, you could be awarded up to $4,000 of matching funds to help reduce your investment by half. With the application deadline of February 29th approaching, spots are filling up fast. Join some of our founding elite communities like Costep, Kilgore, Paris, Sulphur Springs, Fairfield, Orange County, Clyde, Ballinger, and Hempstead, just to name a few. There's no better time than now to join this exciting opportunity and promote your community to actively expanding companies around the world. Our team at ChooseTexas.com is eager to work with you. One of my colleagues will reach back out to you in the next couple of days. If you would like information quicker, you may call 469-778-2606, where you can immediately fill out an ARCIT Growth Grant application and see if your community qualifies for up to $4,000 of free money. It's free to apply and only takes about 15 minutes to complete. The grant is limited to $50,000, so don't miss out. Once it's gone, it's gone. We hope you can join us for this great opportunity and look forward to helping you elevate your community to the next level. We look forward to talking with you again soon. Join our mission to help companies say yes to a new location and choose Texas. Hello, and thank you for.
So that's just a little bit of a kind of a promo that we launched. It had a couple dates in there, February 29th. One thing that I want to bring up again, that it is a fund that we're going to use until that it is totally given away. So February 29th, that's a quick approaching deadline tomorrow, actually. So we're here to help you in the application process. It's very simple. All you have to do is open up the grant application. There's a link I'm going to show you on the Choose Texas site. That's the easiest way to get to it. If you open up choose-texas.com, you go to the site, and down here at the bottom, you'll see a grant assistance for communities. And if you scroll down,
Hello, and thank you for.
you'll see the video again, and all you have to do is hit apply now. Once you do that, it'll pull up the growth assistance. It takes literally 15 minutes to apply. And what we do is on Monday, every Monday, we've been reviewing those applications and then awarding the amounts that will be awarded with some award notifications. So very simple, very easy. Don't get pressured by the February 29th deadline, but we want to try to get everybody taken care of so that they get the full benefit of the program throughout the year. And we try to turn those as quick as possible. So Benefits of the ARCIT members. You'll get to use the ARCIT logo and the Choose Texas logo on anything that you put out that you're an elite city. What it really does is it takes your investment, instead of investing $8,000, $7,900 for the year, we will do a 100% match on the Choose Texas program for those that qualify, and that brings the total down to $3,950 for the entire year. And a lot of you don't understand what that is, but this is something else that is offered through the program. Fairfield brought the thing to us. They weren't a member of ARCIT. They came on board ARCIT and they took advantage of the fund. They actually asked if they could do other things like website development and some branding, and basically asked if they could put in for a $14,000 request, and $14,000 was matched. So basically it doubled their marketing budget to $28,000, allowing them to really get some of the tools that they needed to do and enhance their business attraction program. So it is not limited to just the program. If you need a website or you need some of those other services and you're a member of ARCIT, we're here to help on those services also. So I want to do a quick overview on Choose Texas and what the program is. It has been in existence for 7 years, and we've had a lot of success with the program. But basically, our mission in 2024 is present elite city members with more opportunities. So basically, trying to give you more opportunities than you would on your own, and getting in front of potential projects so that you can present your city, get the first at bats, not wait. And I'm not saying anything bad about the state. All states are like that, but they'll go with the path of least resistance. So we try to work from the ground level up in presenting the projects and say, hey, you're going to be introduced to communities that you might otherwise not know about. And lack of education is lack of interest. So the more education we can give them about you, the smaller cities, the more interested these companies will become. And our mission is really to facilitate the expansion or relocation of projects in Texas while helping you, the communities, leverage your marketing dollars for the same mission. Want to give a shout out to our founding members. These are who really has brought this to fruition and given us a head start on this. Our goal is to have as many potential communities within this. The larger our network is, the more we can do in terms of giving back to the Texas group, being able to do annual meetings and things like that. So really excited about them, and I want to make sure we thank them for coming on board and being our founding members. Look back at 2023. If you were a participant back then, this is what you could have done. Bottom line, there were 32 projects that you could have put your community in front of. And I'll show you how we come up with those 32 projects. But 3 of those projects came to fruition. We're really excited about them. Over 1,200 jobs were created and $480 million of investment. Wallbox was a project that was generated through the Choose Texas program and landed. Ultimately, it's going to create 700 jobs by the year 2030. McKinley Packaging was another project, one of the largest Latin American investments in America in 20 years. And Project Steel worked with a site locator on that project and are actually helping them opening additional facilities. Another one of our communities may have a potential to land it. We can't go there right now. It's under disclosure, but we're really excited about that steel plant. It is a massive investment in the state of Texas. Some improvements that we're doing for 2024. You just got a peek at the website. We've done major revamp on the website to make it easier for companies to identify us and register the projects with us. Basically, on our former campaign, we did 40,000 emails and we deployed once with a resend each month. This year, we're doing 10,000 emails a week, deploying 4 times with a resend each week. So there is a different list each week that goes out and meets the needs of our campaign, but allows us to manage the responses from each $10,000 email batch each week. We have increased trade shows. We're doing bi-monthly jam sessions. Me and Mike are really excited about getting on those. Those are educational opportunities every twice a month, and we'll be publishing that schedule coming up that you can pop in for 15 minutes. Sometimes I educate on AI. Sometimes I educate on how to build a social media program for your department, how to write the perfect cover letter, what's the best practices for responding to projects, how do you set up a site visit, all those things we cover, and we keep a library for you to refer back to, or if you bring new personnel into your offices, they can use it as an educational tool for themselves. An annual relocation guide, we're excited about publishing that. That's going to be distributed to all of the companies that we engage with, and we'll be taking that to trade shows. We'll be distributing that to any project that is looking at Texas so they can kind of have a guide to refer to. We're doing increased advertising. We're going to do an annual meeting. Mike and I and our founding members are working hard at finalizing that date. If you're a part of it, you'll be a part of helping us choose what the perfect date is for that, and some site selector events. Through our other companies that we have relationships with, we have a ton of relationships with people from Amazon and some of these major companies that we'd love to bring into a site selector event. The new booth is in. This is the backdrop. This is the banner that's going to every one of our shows. And as a member of Choose Texas, we know it's very expensive and you can't afford your own booth. You can't afford your own personnel. You can't afford sometimes the time away from the office. So we're going to be at all these shows representing you. These are retail shows, manufacturing shows, supply chain shows, all sorts of exciting shows that we'll be attending and exhibiting at. And you have the opportunity to attend with us for free. So all you have to do is buy a plane ticket, get a hotel. Don't even have to stay the whole show. If you want to come 1 or 2 days, and you will kind of advise you which are the best days to come and work, and then get back to your offices. We'd love to have you and save your departments all of that money. If you're not able to attend, don't worry. We'll still give you the leads and the report from the show that you can put them into your own follow-up system. As I discussed, we're doing jam sessions. This is just kind of a look at some of the ones that we've done in the past. These are going to be geared to just our Texas members. This is the annual relocation guide. We're going to be publishing that and distributing it. Increased advertising. We're doing a lot of social media. We're doing some new magazine ads. And this is a new product piece that we're going to be handing out at the trade shows. It's a quick one sheet that highlights all of our members and gives them a one sheet guide to come back and get engaged with you. Plan for the upcoming year, guest speakers, learning. This is what we're really working on right now. What is the annual meeting going to look like, and what do we want to put into it so that it's of use to each and every one of you? So we're excited about coming out with that and deciding on the date. And again, the site locator events, kind of a speed dating opportunity. We'll have panel discussions, meet and greet opportunities, and we'll probably do a VIP event, kind of a cocktail reception where you can mingle and talk with them. Just a quick review, and then, Mike, I would love your input. And Kim, if you're on here, I'd love you to raise your hand, and then I can kind of find you amongst everybody. All right, Kim, I'm going to bring you on here in a minute. If you could, Kim.
Can you hear me?
Hey, Kim. Always a blast to talk to you. Love putting my coffee cup on your coffee coaster. So talk a little bit about it to the people that aren't members of what ARCIT can mean for them. some of the things that you guys do at the meetings. We've been at all three of your meetings this year. Really a great networking opportunity. But if you could just share a little bit about your vision for ARCIT.
Sure. I feel like this organization is probably for small communities and counties the best resource that I've run across since I've been here and working for the EDC. And when I say that, I go to TML, I go to TEDC, I'm at a lot of other meetings, but a lot of things I bring home from our ARCIT meetings are applicable to Coleman, Texas. Things, resources that I can bring back and use, put in my toolbox to use. Our partnership with you guys has kind of evolved over time. In full disclosure to anybody that's on here that's listening, from a Coleman EDC standpoint through GSLI all the way around to ARCIT, it's just connecting those dots and building those relationships and knowing somebody that knows somebody that knows we have a building in town or knows that we have property that can be developed. We haven't landed that big project yet, but it's not for lack of opportunities. It's just we haven't had the perfect building or we haven't had the perfect scenario. But there are plenty of prospects out there that are looking to move to Texas. We talk about, just the different phone calls that I get here in Coleman, and I'm a one-man show. So I'm sure a lot of the other communities are getting those or should be getting those as well. So with ARCIT, we've just changed our due structure and it's very affordable. Our conference is very affordable. It'll be in Granbury on April the 3rd and 4th. If the communities have not attended in the past, I would encourage them to come and see what it's all about. But it's a great partnership with GSLI, and this Choose Texas program could be a game changer for a small community. If you land a project or get yourself put on the map, it'd be good.
Yeah, and the thing that I really like, Kim, I'm from small town, and I really liked what was talked about at the last meeting in terms of the voice. As a unified voice, the more members you have as ARCIT, the more people you can take to Austin, the more benefits that you can assist for the rural communities. There were some examples that were used that the rural communities are just overlooked because there isn't that voice there. And I really love the fact that you guys are putting together that voice and opportunity really to speak up and stand up for rural Texas. And that is some of the largest opportunities. When I talk to companies from overseas and from some other areas of the country, we won't mention them, California, that, they are looking for that type of change for their families. And quality of life used to be just passe, and everybody said we got quality of life. Now companies are seeking that. So I think it's really opening up a huge threshold and opportunity for rural Texas. So we're excited to work with ARCIT and do what we can to help promote that message.
I agree. I know a lot of companies that I talk to, it's the permitting process, it's the cost of real estate, it's affordable workforce. I mean, a lot of the things that we have in the rural communities is what they're looking for. It's just finding a place where they can land and making it happen for that company. So there's plenty of opportunity out there. I think the fields are ripe.
Yeah.
We need to take advantage of it.
Yeah, and I don't want to steal your secrets, so I won't mention the state, but there's a particular state in the US that you've started getting some companies from. And when the first one happened, it seems like you've had a little trickle down from other companies locating there, and they just weren't happy with their particular state. And Coleman was an exact fit for what they had in their state, but all of the problems and crime and things that they were experiencing there that you guys didn't have in Coleman. So kudos to you for presenting them and bringing those companies to your community.
They've been a huge asset. I hear people say, don't California or Texas or don't whatever state or Texas. Most of the ones that we've seen are more conservative and more family oriented than the majority of us are. And so they've been great additions. I mean, growth is going to happen. We can either try to control it or we can get run over by it. But when you can be kind of selective on who your partners are going to be in business, that's a good thing. So I think it's a good opportunity for all of us to at least look in and say, hey, if I don't get it here in Coleman, maybe they get it in Ballinger, or maybe they get it in Clyde, or they get it in Cisco. It's a win-win for our region, regardless of where they land.
Absolutely. And I can't have this meeting without really introducing what I would call one of the stars of the show, Mike Running. Mike, I have known and have done business with Mike for over 25 years. And our relationship started when he was just getting into the economic development field. Like some of the ED directors and people I met at the ARCIT meeting, and they were very creative, a lot like Kim, thought outside of the box and what he could do. So he used our platform to generate success. And Mike generated over $250 million of projects in Dumas, Texas. If no, I'm sure everybody's familiar with Dumas. A lot of the trade shows are because they mispronounced his name, Dumas, and we went with that. But Mike, kind of tell your experience about, why you came over to our side to help lead this charge instead of just doing it for Dumas.
Yeah, I was when I first took over back in 2008, that role. At that time, I was a recovering city manager from another rural community in New Mexico. So I was really kind of walking into relatively unfamiliar territory. And the first thing I noticed when I took the position was the logo itself was a corn stalk, a pump jack, and a cow. It felt like that kind of really defined our community and excluded any opportunities. And so we had contracted with somebody to come up with a new dynamic logo for us. I want to say we spent maybe $6,000 or $7,000 on this and got maybe 20 logos that just didn't feel right, didn't meet our personality, I guess, match our personality. And I was sharing that with Eric on the phone, trying to learn a little bit about what GSLI could do for Dumas, and mentioned that just in passing. And I would say within a minute, he said, "Hey, I just texted you something, or emailed you something, take a look at it." And I opened it up, and holy cow, there's a logo. And I said, "That's it. That's the logo." I mean, just within a matter of seconds, he had this thing developed, and they still use that logo. It's a very dynamic logo for our community, and that really opened things up. I think one of the exciting things about particularly Choose Texas, when we were utilizing their services, I was still traveling. I was doing trade shows. In fact, we were spending lots of money on trade show booths and bringing folks from the community. I was partnering with other organizations and being a part of those booths to cut our costs down. But when Eric's team were going to trade shows, they had gotten so familiar with my community that they could speak as if they were a representative of my community. And in fact, they would introduce themselves as being from Dumas at these shows. And so they had as much knowledge as they needed at these shows to really entice some interest in our community when they're talking to prospects. And man, they would call me directly from the trade show and introduce me to somebody on the phone and say, "You really need to meet this person. I think you're in a perfect area for them." And just that understanding and familiarity with our community was a huge asset. And so that helped us land numerous projects from the shows that they went to. And in fact, they would go to maybe an energy show and come back with a service industry business of somebody that they just ran into and had coffee with. And that's exactly the relationship we needed, because we're one man shop like most of you are, and you can only spread yourself so far. And so Choose Texas, when I talked to Eric about being a part of this, that's what I wanted to take it back to, is that personalized service where we know each and every one of you, we know each and every one of your communities, we're very familiar with them, we know what type of business size, scope, nature that your community can tolerate or that would fit perfectly within the parameters. Most rural communities have a workforce struggle, they have a housing issue, they have outdated infrastructure. All these things that I'm familiar with still is not necessarily a handicap for drawing in leads and prospects. And many of these folks that we know personally now after 25 years of visiting, they know us. And so when we discuss a community with them, they trust us. They say, "Yeah, we'd love to take a look at that community." And that's what I think Choose Texas will be for you all. It's a cohesive group of like-minded people. We're going after projects to get them to focus on Texas first and foremost. We get them in, then it's up to us as that cohesive group to to say, all right, now take a look at my community or this community or whatnot. And but even beyond that, it creates an environment where we can collaborate and network with each other, create some bonds. So we can pick up a phone and call another community that's in Choose Text and say, hey man, I'm struggling with this. I understand you tried something. How did it go? Learn from each other, bounce ideas off each other. What works, what doesn't work, what issues you might have. Can I do this legally? Have you done it? Will the comptroller's office permit us to do this program, or how do they do that? But it's just being a part of a group of people where we can get together at our conferences. We can invite site selectors, brokers, decision makers to come and visit with us and get their point of view and teach us, hey, this is what I'm looking for. So as you're trying to sell your community, these are the points that I need. So we create that opportunity where we can gain all this knowledge through the webinars and conferences and jam sessions and things like that. So it's great. It's an exceptional program, I think, specifically designed for us rural communities in Texas, where we can pool our resources, get more bang for the buck. We can actually get involved in a program that typically is something only larger communities could afford. But it allows you also as members to kind of dictate the path of where Choose Texas is going to go. You tell us, hey, we'd like to learn more about this. We don't have an understanding of this, or we want to meet people that do this. You tell us that, and that's what we plan out for the next year. You're the members of the program, so you're telling us what we need to structure and how to put it together so to best fit your needs.
Yeah, and if there's one thing that I can really really speak to that I really appreciate, Mike, about you coming on board is you bring a whole different skill set. My expertise, I'll admit it, I'm on the company side. I know what these companies are looking for. I know how to get them involved and do a correct site visit and all those things. And you really bring the business acumen from the economic development perspective. And in fact, I enjoy a couple of our communities have already reached out to Mike to consult with them. They're in transition between bringing a director on. So Mike's in there helping them do what they need to do until they find their director or whatever other types of things that they need. They can bring him on as a basis. And there's one person I trust because of the 25-year relationship. And I saw what he did there, that I feel that skill set's going to be a huge benefit to you all. With a as needed basis also.
Yeah, it's so that's the one thing that I found talking to rural communities over the years. We all share the same issues, the same handicaps, the same concerns. We all have the same problems. It's just a matter of what approach are we going to take individually. Our communities are so diverse in that we all, as economic developers or folks that are trying to do community development, we have a purpose, we have a vision, we know what we're going to try to do, but we all have different folks that we represent. We have different city councils, we have different boards, different personalities. We have changing boards. So one, you may be going through a 10-year stretch where they're just go, go, go. We want anything and everything you can bring to the community, to suddenly like, hey, we don't want to grow anymore. We got what we need. We're happy the way we are. And all of us on this call know you either die or you grow. There's no staying in between. You've got to move with the times and do whatever you got to do. Others focus heavily on sales tax generation. We need to bring in more sales tax dollars, or we need to curb our sales tax leakage. We don't want people spending the money they make in this town in the neighboring community because they happen to have a steakhouse and we don't. What do we need to do to get a steakhouse here? So these are all things that we work with, and as a consultant, having that experience and having programs that I put together, very successful nationally recognized programs, I can take a lot of that stuff and we can tweak it and put it and apply it towards your community, saving you lots of time, saving you lots of money, and really being effective putting things together to get your program on the right path. And that's why this working with Choose Texas allows me to also do the consulting side and help folks out, because I'm a diehard believer in rural communities in Texas. I just absolutely love them. I don't know that I would ever want to live in a city.
Mike,
I just have a heart.
Yeah, Mike, I really appreciate you brought up the sales tax in the chat box, guys. If you can, just put in the chat box, yes, if you are interested in bringing retail to your communities, because that's something I've spent 6 months of development on a new program of reaching 8,000 retailers, over 50,000 contacts that are reporting to us which ones are interested in locating in Texas. And we are unveiling that March 1st. And it is probably one of the most exciting products I have. So don't think of us just as industrial recruitment, but retail recruitment. Like I said, with Fairfield, we're helping them do some branding and coming up with some new brochures that they can use to send to site locators. So it's really got a lot of yeses there. That's exciting to see. So we'd love to, you to reach out to us, even just on that aspect. But
And that's a whole different webinar for us, Eric. I mean, there's so much information that these folks could use as far as the retail. Instead of, you hear those stories of people investing $50,000 on a company to help focus retail to their community. It's not necessary. It is not necessary. That we've got the tools to do it, and we got the coaching to help you do it yourself.
Yeah, I'm going to kind of brag a little. We did a webinar, a pre-webinar with some existing members on it yesterday, and we had our first person sign up for it as a pre-launch. And Jordan, he had said, it took me 2 years to find out who to call from TJ Maxx. And could you put in, can we find TJ Maxx? Because I know how to present my community. I just don't know who. It's taken me 2 years to find one contact. He popped it up. We didn't have TJ Maxx. I'm going, oh my gosh. First one that I'm in here, we don't have TJ Maxx. So I said, let's do a quick search. We just put in Max, and there was a Maximir group that oversaw the trade names TJ Maxx and the other three. And that's why he couldn't find it. So within 30 seconds, now he knows who to call. He's already popping him emails, and we're excited that he can now represent his community and say, hey, TJ Maxx, we'd love to. They've got a shopping center that they're trying to fill, and some developers that he wants to put them in touch with. So really, really excited about that. And I know it's a big deal in Texas with the half-cent sales tax and things like that. So totally, totally excited about that. Up here, I want, this is really just kind of an overview and things like that. This is the application. I saw someone in the chat. If you could, Cresta, again, put that link to the application. If you could throw up the poll, I try to make it as easy as possible for you guys. If you are interested in the application and really just need guidance and assistance, or just have questions about it, if you could just put yes on this poll, that'll pop us your email address, and then that'll alert our team to really focus and help you guys get on board and learn how it could help you guys. So totally excited about that. Q&A. I'd love to answer any questions. If there's not, we've went over a ton. I try to keep these to 30 minutes. We're 9 minutes over, but I want to help you guys if you have any questions or thoughts. If anybody has a perfect date for the annual meeting, go ahead and pop it in the chat box. We'll put it in for consideration because we are excited about putting that together sooner than later.
Location.
And location. If you want to come to your town, then go ahead and put your name on there. How long do we have to apply? So the video that you go to and see, it says the deadline is February 29th. We've only distributed about $20,000 of the grant so far. So there's $30,000 left to distribute. So we'll turn that into a perpetual grant. So kind of disregard, or I'll go in and edit the deadline. We were just trying to put a stopping point on that so we could have it awarded. But the introduction of this has taken a little bit longer than we needed to finish up the website and do those things. So we're extending that past that. Linda, can the grant be applied to an existing project? If you want, I could either open up your mic if you could expand on an existing project. If you want, raise your hand and I can bring you online, Linda. Just, oh, there you are. Here we go.
Can
Linda,
you hear me?
Absolutely.
Wonderful. I have an existing project that was just approved by my boards and the city council. And it's been approved. It's a huge company out of Oklahoma. They have not started any, they just applied or just started the land acquisition. Is this something that we could apply to that project?
So the matching grant is geared towards the production of, I'm going to say, put you in a better place for doing your jobs, whether or not that's websites, branding, becoming a part of the Choose Texas program. It's really meant on the development side
Okay, gotcha.
for the projects, not really to help someone offset costs of land and things like that. But that's a great question.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Do we have any other questions? Okay, if not, then I'm going to put up our contact information. We've got all those that have said yes. We look forward to at least trying to reach out or send you an email and help you guys with the process. We are here for you guys. I know it takes a lot to set aside 30 minutes in a busy day, especially if you're shorthanded at your towns. I want to thank Kim. You've been amazing in terms of our relationship with ARCIT. Mike, I really appreciate your time and coming on board and putting towards our Choose Texas program. And hold on, we got Kim popping in. Coleman would be happy to host our Expo Center. Oh, we've already got one volunteer for the annual meeting. So excited about that. And I do love the little hotel there. So it might be a fun place to go. And do it during the rodeo.
Bring rain. We'll do it if you promise to bring rain. That's the only reason.
Do it in the rodeo and we'll still go up in the suite.
Yeah, that's right.
So
all I can
awesome.
guarantee is I may bring you some wind.
No wind, just rain.
Awesome, guys. Thank you so much. Again, thank you for your time. Please reach out to us if you have any other questions. You just want to ask them offline. We're here for you. And until our first jam session, when all of our members are on board, I look forward to bringing more companies to Texas. So thank you. Have a great day.